and welcome to Physics Myths. Today we'll be taking a look at why astronauts float in space. We will be going over the two main causes and look at some examples of these causes. But first, some quick background information on today's myths. Here are some possible explanations for why astronauts float in space. What do you think is the right answer? Alright, I'm just taking pause the video now to go over them. Trying to figure out what you think is right. Alright, that's enough time. The correct answer is D, none of the above, because these are all in fact myths. If you fall for any of these myths, you're not alone. These myths are very common misconceptions that can be found all over the mass media of today, from movies like Interstellar to video games like Super Mario Galaxy. Either that or you weren't paying attention in physics class. I mean, either way, it's the same outcome. So if the myths were real, then like if it was the air, it was because there's no air in space, then the air would have a much more significant impact on us. We'd have to crawl everywhere under the weight of all that air, because it's a lot of air on Earth. If it was because there's no gravity in space, well, then there'd be no orbits, because orbits are dependent on gravity. That's how orbits work, which I'll get into later. And then if it was because you were weightless in space, that would mess up falling because of the way it actually works, which I'll explain later. And then it would just kind of have this domino effect and just destroy gravity and stuff. It'd be bad, so you know. Right, next part. But see how we can prove it with physics. So there are two main reasons that astronauts float in space. The first is because they're on a space station like ISS that is orbiting the Earth. Another planet is for watching us in the future. Because about the future, we'll explore other planets. And everything inside of it is flying at the same rate as the space station is flying to Earth. We'll go into this more in detail later. The other reason is because the farther you get from Earth or any celestial body, the smaller the gravitational pull from that celestial body becomes, until it becomes microgravity, which basically is a very microscopic effect. Therefore, that's what's called microgravity. It's tiny. Sound like gravity does not exist. It's just so tiny that the effect is not the same. Example on the ISS, like I just talked about, it's about why everything on board floats. So like I just said, it's because when it orbits the Earth, it's not floating in a circle. It's falling towards Earth fast enough that it misses the surface entirely and just goes around in circles. Until eventually it'll get closer and closer, sort of in a spiral towards the Earth. That's why it's called a gravity well for celestial bodies, just because when you orbit, you're actually spinning closer and closer and closer. Until in this case of the ISS, they have to send up a spaceship to reset the spiral. This form of spiral, okay. So another example you might have heard about this is the coin, spiral coin collector things. This is a very simple form of a gravity well that these the coins, when you put them down the chutes, they will go in circles and circles and spiral until they get to the center bit of the funnel and drop down the hole. It's the same thing as the ISS orbiting around the Earth. Eventually you get to the center hole of the gravity well and just falls straight down. But until then it just goes in circles around the Earth. Same thing with the moon actually, but that's on a very, 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 very slow scale. Then you won't have to worry about that falling to Earth for billions of years, or at least millions of years. So I know what you're thinking. No, that's a cool skill, but what does that have to do with floating? Okay, well, before you start posting the hate comments in the comment section, the reason this is important is because everything on the ISS is falling at the same rate during its orbit as the space station itself. There's no air resistance in space, so everything falls at the same rate, regardless of mass. One way to experience this is to go on an amusement park drop tower, like the tower at Walt Disney World in Hollywood Studios. If you were to drop, say, like a tennis ball or right in a tower, it would seem to float. This is because you, the ride vehicle, and the tennis ball are all falling at the same rate. Therefore, the ball seems to float because they're all falling at the same rate, and your brain can't perceive. To your brain, it looks like it's floating. No, it's just falling with you. Example 2 is deep space. The other reason why things float in space is simple. The farther away you are from a massive object like the Earth or the Sun, the smaller its gravity becomes. If you were to fly into deep space on board the Millennium Falcon, you would only be under the forces of microgravity, unless you have a gravity machine. Microgravity is just gravity that's so small it doesn't usually have a noticeable effect on anything. Because of this, everything floats in microgravity, regardless of mass. This is the reason that astronauts going to Mars would float in their spaceship. Yeah, unless you have artificial gravity aboard the Falcon, really they should be floating in Star Wars. I don't know how they're able to stand and walk around. It just doesn't make any sense. Now those things in hyperspace when like they get up and playing hollow chess, whatever. How are they not floating? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Just how they're floating. Maybe I'll do that in a different video. For now, you can pause the video for me. The vocab slides here. But if not, then don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more future content from me, Space Science. Also, don't forget to ring the notification bell, all that jazz. And I look forward to reading your comments and feedback in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to be epic. Goodbye.